Picture this: a chilly Welsh morning centuries ago. Low clouds cling to green hills. Sheep dot the slopes like fluff spilled from the sky. And weaving through their legs is a small fox-faced dog with no idea it's about 8 inches off the ground. Tail or nub, high, eyes sharp. It nips at a cow's heel, dodges a flying hoof, and rockets off like a furry torpedo. Fast forward to today, and that same breed is sleeping on your couch, snoring, with a tiny tongue peeking out. Meet the Pembroke Welsh Corgi, royal icon, farm hand, and professional comedian. By the end of this episode, you'll know where the Pembroke really came from. Hint, not just the palace. The difference between Pembroke and Cardigan Corgis. What daily life looks like with those short legs and big opinions. How to protect that long back. And how to pick a stable, healthy puppy or an awesome rescue. Plus, we'll talk corgi sploots, royal stories, fairy saddles, and why these little dogs think they own your house. And maybe your soul. Let's roll the clock way back to Wales, over 1,000 years ago. Before Instagram and memes, corgis had a job: moving cattle. Welsh farmers needed a small, tough dog that could drive herds to market, dodge kicks, and squeeze under hooves instead of over them. The Pembroke Welsh Corgi developed as a heel, herder nipping the heels of cattle and ducking low and out of the way. Short legs weren't a joke. They were armor. The exact origin story of the Pembroke is a mix of history and legend. One theory says early dogs came with Flemish weavers invited to Wales around the 1100s, bringing their little herding dogs with them. Those dogs mixed with local stock and evolved into the Pembroke type: small, sturdy, bold, and endlessly willing to work all day on rough land. Of course, no Corgi episode is complete without the fairy story. Welsh folklore says corgis were the steeds of fairies and elves. If you look closely at some corgis' backs, you'll see faint lines or color patches that people once called fairy saddles. Whether you believe the legend or not, it fits. Corgis carry themselves like they know something magical about the world. And maybe about what's in your snack drawer. Centuries later, the Pembroke Welsh Corgi was still working farms, but it also caught the eye of nobility. In the 1930s, a young Princess Elizabeth of Britain received her first corgi. That started a royal love affair. Queen Elizabeth II went on to own more than 30 corgis in her lifetime. Suddenly, the little cattle dog from the hills was also trotting through palace corridors. The American Kennel Club recognized the Pembroke Welsh Corgi in 1934. Today, they're companions more than cattle drivers, but you can still see the farmer brain underneath the fluff. They're popular in the U.S. for their compact size, big personality, and yes, that priceless rear end trotting away like a loaf of bread on toothpicks. Before we go deeper, let's clear up a common confusion: Pembroke versus Cardigan. Both are Welsh Corgis, both are herders, both are adorable. But Cardigans are generally a bit bigger, with heavier bone, and have a long, full tail. Pembrokes are usually slightly smaller, with a foxier face, and many countries historically had docked tails, though more and more you'll see natural tails today. Think, Cardigan wears a big cardigan sweater. Pembroke is the sleeker cousin. So, What does a Pembroke Welsh Corgi actually look like up close? They're small but solid. Height at the shoulder is about 10 to 12 inches. Weight usually runs 24 to 30 pounds, though many pet corgis creep heavier, and that's a problem. They should feel like a sturdy, athletic dog, not a furry ottoman. The body is long compared to the legs, with a level top line and deep chest. That long and low shape comes from dwarfism genes, chondrodysplasia, the same basic blueprint as dachshunds and some other small-legged breeds. It's cute, but it also means you have to think about back health and jumping, which we'll hit later. Heads are one of their charms. Foxy, alert, with a tapering muzzle and erect ears that look just slightly too big for the body in the cutest way. Eyes are oval, medium-sized, usually brown, with a bright, intelligent, slightly mischievous expression. The whole face says, "I understand your command. Now let's negotiate." The coat is a medium-length double coat. Weather-resistant outer hair, soft, dense undercoat. Common colors include red and whites, sable, fawn, and black and tan, often with white markings on chest, legs, and face. Some have a fairy saddle shading on the back, and yes, they shed. A lot. Corgi glitter hair will become a decorating theme in your home. Now, the fun part: personality. Pembroke Welsh Corgis are big dogs in small bodies. Originally bred to move animals many times their size, they tend to be confident, bold, and surprisingly sure of themselves. The best word? Spirited. Many are outgoing, friendly, and happy to say hello to strangers, though some lines lean more reserved. With their families, Pembrokes are often shadow dogs. They like to be where you are: kitchen, bathroom, office, couch. They're affectionate but not always clingy lapdogs, more like, "I'll supervise your entire life from a 3-foot radius and comment occasionally with grumbles and barks." Kids? Many corgis do well with respectful children. They'll join games, chase balls, and attend every blanket fort meeting. But remember that herding instinct. Some corgis may try to organize running children by barking or nipping at heels. That's not meanness. That's 1,000 years of coding. Training and supervision teach. We herd balls, not humans. Other pets? Many live happily with other dogs, and even cats, especially if raised together. But corgis can be bossy. They often think they're the manager of the household animal department. Some may try to herd or direct other pets. Proper introductions, boundaries, and training keep the peace. Energy level is medium to medium high. Don't be fooled by the tiny legs. These are working dogs. Most healthy adult corgis need 45 to 75 minutes of good exercise daily, plus mental work. That can be split into 2 walks, play sessions, and training. Couch-only life plus free feeding equals overweight corgi with joint and back problems. A solid daily rhythm might look like morning 20 to 30-minute walk with some obedience reps, midday puzzle toy, snuffle mat, or quick indoor training game. Evening 20 to 30-minute walk, fetch, or tug with rules, plus 5 to 10 minutes of trick training. Sprinkle in cuddle breaks and nap time, and your corgi's mental health just went gold star. Apartment living? very doable. Corgis are compact and don't need a giant yard, but they do need movement and stimulation. You'll rely more on walks, stairs, carefully, and indoor games. One caveat: they can be barky. Remember, they were bred as watchdogs on farms. That woof woof, something moved. Instinct needs channeling so your neighbors don't hate you. Grooming is moderate. That double coat sheds year-round, with a couple of blow-coat seasons, where it seems like your corgi is auditioning to become 5 corgis. Brush 2 to 3 times a week, daily during heavy shedding, with an undercoat rake or slicker plus a softer brush. Baths every 4 to 8 weeks or after mud festivals. And no shaving. That coat is their temperature and skin protection. Nails should be trimmed every few weeks. Short nails help protect joints and posture. Clean ears as needed, brush teeth regularly, and check under that fluffy butt for clingy debris after outdoor adventures. Corgi care is very brush now, vacuum later. Good breeders screen for hip dysplasia, OFA, or similar eye conditions, and increasingly test for DM and other genetic issues. Ask to see results, not just they're healthy. Trust me, as an owner, your biggest health superpowers are keeping your corgi lean, protecting that back, and avoiding weekend warrior craziness like repeated high jumps. Back safety guidelines. Avoid letting your corgi jump repeatedly off high furniture or in and out of SUVs. Use ramps or steps for beds and couches if they're allowed up. When you pick them up, support both chest and rear. Stairs in moderation are usually fine for healthy adults, but no stair marathons for puppies or dogs with back issues. Nutrition time. Corgis love food like it's their full-time job. That's adorable and dangerous. Extra weight sits right on that long back and short legs. You should be able to feel ribs with light pressure and see a waist from above. Measure meals. Don't free feed. Use high-quality food appropriate for size and age, and count training treats toward daily calories. Training a Pembroke Welsh Corgi is half art, half comedy routine. They're smart, quick learners, and usually very food-motivated, but they can also be independent and a little stubborn. The good news? With positive reinforcement, treats, praise, play, they often become straight, students who love to show off. Start with foundations. Name recognition, recall, sit, down, stay, and loose leash walking. Add leave it, drop it, and a strong come early, especially if you have herding instincts plus squirrels in your neighborhood. Corgis excel at tricks, spins, rollovers, bow, wave, and that iconic play dead flop. 5-minute sessions sprinkled through the day work wonders. Herding heritage means they may bark to alert, chase fast-moving things, or nip at heels. You're not going to delete genetics, but you can redirect. Teach a solid, quiet cue. Reward calm when the doorbell rings. Give them a job like going to a mat and channel chase instincts into fetch or tug instead of ankles. Ready to level up? Corgis rock in dog sports. Agility, rally, obedience, scent work, barn hunt, even herding trials. Yes, the little loaf can absolutely nail weave poles and A-frames with appropriate safety modifications. These sports light up their brains, build confidence, and deepen your bond. So, who's a good match for a Pembroke Welsh Corgi? People who want a smallish dog with a big personality. Families or singles who enjoy daily walks, play, and a bit of training. Folks who can handle shedding and a sense of humor. Corgis fit well in apartments or houses, cities or suburbs, as long as exercise, mental work, and family time are non-negotiable. Who should maybe pass? If you hate dog hair, prefer silent dogs, or work long hours with no plan for dog care, a Corgi might drive you and your neighbors nuts. If you want a completely docile, low-energy lapdog, remember, this is a herding breed in a cute package. They come with opinions, volume, and a to-do list. Choosing a puppy? Step 1. Pick values, not just color or Instagram pose. A good Pembroke breeder health tests their dogs. Hips, eyes, genetics, raises puppies in the home or a well-run facility with lots of handling and noise exposure, and talks openly about temperament. They won't push you into the hottest show line if you want a relaxed family buddy. Ask breeders about OFA or equivalent hip scores, eye exams, and genetic tests for DM and other known conditions. Ask how puppies are socialized, car rides, different floors, gentle handling by various people. Good breeders match pup personalities to homes. Bolder, drivey pup for sport? Quieter, middle-of-the-road pup for a family? That's the conversation you want. In the U.S., expect roughly $1,500, $3,000 plus for a well-bred Pembroke Welsh Corgi puppy from health-tested parents, depending on region and pedigree. Also consider rescue. Many Corgis and Corgi mixes land in shelters or breed-specific rescues due to changes in owners' lives, not the dog's fault. An adult rescue Corgi can be a fantastic match if you want to skip puppy chaos. When you visit puppies, look for bright eyes, clean coats, and curiosity. Tap something lightly. Do they startle and recover or shut down? Pick them up gently. Do they relax, wiggle, or panic? You're aiming for that middle ground. Engaged, resilient, comfortable with touch. And meeting mom, and if possible dad or relatives, gives huge clues about future temperament. Now, fun facts. 1. Corgis are often called land sharks as puppies. They can be mouthy and nippy when teething and herding instincts kick in. Chew toys and training save your ankles. 2. That famous Corgi sploot, rear legs stretched straight out behind, is a comfy stretch for many. Just know it doesn't guarantee perfect hips. It's just adorable. 3. Corgis may be short, but their bark is big. On farms, that voice helps move cattle on alert to strangers. In apartments, untrained, it helps annoy neighbors. 4. Some Pembrokes are born with naturally short tails. Others have full tails depending on breeding and local laws. You'll see both looks more and more. 5. Pembrokes have been in movies, TV, and of course, all over the internet. But behind the memes is a real working dog. 6. There's a reason so many agility and sport competitors love them. They're fast, agile, and hilarious to watch as they zip around equipment like a tiny sports car with big fog lights for ears. Bottom line, the Pembroke Welsh Corgi is a contradiction in the best way. Low to the ground, but high on life. Small in size, big in brains and heart. Treat that long back with care, that smart mind with respect, and that big personality with training and humor, and you'll have a partner who herds your stress away, breaks your boredom, and fills your home with wiggles, hair, and love. If this guide helped, tap subscribe. Drop your Corgi questions or your best Corgi chaos story in the comments, and tell us what you'd name your royal herder. And if you're Corgi curious, find a local Corgi meet, herding event, or breed rescue. Stand in the circle of wiggling butts and huge ears, and decide if this little Welsh legend is your next big adventure.